Yoko no, I call 2024 about 2 more in Cuba, you know. Omo yan shisha yadin shisha so said a beya. Ombayan Sachaya warm constitution. In fact, I know me one man a minya memo no me here nephew on yan for Cabana a Japan Honomo. General Rainbow Radio International Sunni 92.4 FM London 87.5 FM Yamuakwaba.
And just and my name sick.
Anne nti Kwabena Japan Asia Kwabena Japan the na chese eno ano no. Wada right means I can memo ni bi. Na we yade a wo de akoto eye NPP mpanifo anim so omo hwe no omo consider me yentim free the horses own mouth na yenhwe de wo pese wo de to omo anim dia na wo pese mpanifo ye won sacharaye mu eba mo constitution ne nhyehyeye a mo wo se de be ya 2028 aba mo be komu no wo mo be form ntoma pa efra
Mini Medasi, Mefa Akonya Sudia Chawati for our Ghana and Yamabani BLT programming doing Bambo, especially after this holy weekend. The woman said, we named him last December. I call her Indian people. I do believe that yes, sometimes there's a call back now retracing steps. No, I should say. They be a Wijinano, a being a buying dear Wijinasa. Usha NPP platforms so TT Bianco for Cando Duano. The being a ya, say Obesum, who do born for it, obey human being. Not be a uni in position, be one as the actual. So there's a very strong sense of rejection, especially from Party 4. You know, I feel say, oh, electoral college na you can to say a shadow and no, a create an opportunity for monetization of the process. Na Saudi and a share banner for a party for no job. If you bring a clean view, now there are two schools of thought. See the BM fully, and now say what I'm referring to as a limited expansion of the electoral college. Means I say, who are from 1992? People know a polling station organizer and our chairman. Okay, I see Unguye. But hey, you might be after 10 years now. I hold you home. And then you talk about you work on your so no to be. SAS will be our MP because I pretend. Wakoji ufi wakoji home ye to about when it comes to only quite say to be would they not have so many other things would be and there were constitution because was some mine as a former minister I didn't be to get the consunyane no me you are here if about NPP is on count because a former minister intimidate my dream no and the name for the didn't come up. And I came to the conclusion that we need a limited expansion. And at the last National Executive Committee meeting, for this second quarter, and it was April 16th, and I'm just told I'm going to make 3 very radical proposals. First, create constituency caucuses in all the constituencies, including all current and former office holders. Would be a polling station executive da, why the coordinator da, why constituency executive da, why MC and a DC or constituency or da, why a member of parliament da, why elder and now patron da. I believe that should be brought together in what I'm calling constituency caucus. The Koban dance so almost don't know a bed also because average constituency executive list about all these electoral area coordinates police station about 800 to 1,000 per electoral cycle. Now go back about 4 or 5 electoral cycles. Close to 4,000 people in that constituency alone voting. So, and if we create constituency caucuses in all the 200 and now I'm told 276 constituencies. Ebeboama one more said almost feel say ye jaw chili na se party nature one major and before the year will be about money. They will feel a sense of belonging back into their party. Because try being and as he taking major decision here, or not to make a baby. And no, the numbers will show you is okay album around the country. About 2 million, possibly 3 million, if we do it well. And the constitution is so we now you let them over the tunnel. Only will be a police organizer war. He said that for near the idea. But almost the only incident to win or Papa idea was free. Not organize the widow that 96, 2000, 2000, a big position or party no matter what song is called there. We have to recognize that by making them part of the expanded electoral college and not the canine, the base of the party. That was the first proposal here.
Okay.
The second one, say, that the party platform endorsing internal elections. But if they are holding internal elections, by the time they presidential, not party one, because a polling station, or behind the polling station for no independent to a back. But also on Pakosha, and people a of maintaining a presidential candidate. No one agency will remove. By the time I went to Abana constituency level, which matters is with the support candidate, constituency with the support candidate, right to the regional level and even up to the national level. The sense of better baby as chairman of idea candidate win support on mobility national tema. He said, you go through such a difficult period. Do what I call business as usual. And to the be actually you stand back the be I be NCS and rather constitutional allows us to elect the presidential candidate 24 months to the next election. Maximum. Because you can even come back even further. So the constitution allows you to make a change. To reduce all these tensions and to streamline electoral processes, say, yes, amendment, electoral college, then we first have to conduct the presidential primary. A Kobana, we are coming, and now we meet the general secretary, make a chamber, organize the way the board meeting and nephew. Because we elect a presidential candidate. By 2026, current executives almost made no best one. The best sound. Not presidential candidate.
Okay.
That time, no, who are also now the one who said, yeah, Twama, on Tiasa, who barbers from other boy. Candidate at the seeing an eternity near Fanonco. So, and also it reduces financial pressure because I know we have to because the constituency which so we say be our also presidential candidate. Now, policy for you almost constituency for national. So it brings untold financial pressure on the potential presidential aspirant. And it's trying to meet the people back. You should say you should one, it allows the party to focus on the presidential candidate because it won't have a presidential candidate. Also, they don't go to Aba in 2028.
Yeah.
All of us will focus our energies around the person. So, you know, as party national officer or as regional officer or as constituency officer, putting that they say, in a party, as a candidate for 2028. And it's likely to create more harmony and unity in the party process and reduces our factional frictions. And this is also consistent with Article 13 of our current constitution. It means it aligns with the constitution. The third one is electoral college system. Sorry, super delegates.
Yeah, yes.
You say, five. Super delegates. we said the last 2 years elections, and then back to the 2014, no more 7. And so we had to go to super delegates. Yeah, and 10. And so we had to go to super delegates. Super delegates, no, one, and you're very democratic because constituency can see the power chairman of the network.
Hey.
276 chairmen, 272 regional executives, members of parliament, 30 councillors in the package. Minimum overseas representatives, crowd also say constituency. But a branch in Sweden, on the Nipatre, a branch in Norway, in the Nipatre. How can a branch in Norway be bigger than Tapo and access family? So them jointly. No, it's not a fair democratic representation of the party. And only also so many less than 900. 900 days, maybe almost can then influence.
But we are influencing.
And it lends itself to financial manipulation. And the party also, a man do as easy as any free. And she that's the party near Tom. What was he can buy no near the amount? Yes, sir. I didn't tell you, on the home to hope for real. We said that the 4 BJ, the rich are not CK, the non, who share a base for Beshad in Boating, Chapianinka, Dr. Donko Fojo, CO Nyano, Stephen Pico. You don't try it by the bois. The economic jump the kind. So that is all of this political tradition. So the Colana typically during 1991 and the fact form is free asylum could be a provisional certificate for electoral commission. Yet the MCBT party makes it the some party. They believe the black board at the native of what of man. Yes, it is. It's all as an eminent and Obiana Manari, and I say, the hero and the woman say, party the back power. May I say, oh, man, in the Kaye. That's the way a capital, we are new. Baby, I will be as a Hamilo, so half a sin in our fisherman, so massive. To build an environment, it allows you to realize your God-given potential. The mediation will move it be a for brand. Or mino in the year among your sons and assistant. Here, Kofan said the consonants, you can part the upper. Now, you saw a man near Chama, and the end of man. So I'm someone who is determined to fight against this unfortunate trend which is developing in politics in the country. It is not only students, Casanas or a Tesco new, so a team new. At the country or join a party, they say, or per scholarship, or per place, or per way, or per way. I mean, what? There's no sense of patriotism, nationalism, about the small man no party. And then our very ideology, which is different from that of the NDC. Business friendly. We have fought for democracy and human rights in our country. Only a cool at home by it. You said, we've got this military. Matisse said, the whole commercial obey military democracy. I don't even understand what that is. So, we have to establish a clear difference between NPP and NPP. Now, we as leaders have to be clear to the Ghanaian people. How about you as a woman in our back? Yeah, party have too democratically. Only two and a bit too man. And only fast, so they are minding catching the party and everything. Into young coffin, also I know to read this. I know, yeah. Following the train of the NDC. Yes, I the Kenyans are saying, we want to change the mindset of Ghanaians and win the hearts and the soul of Ghanaians. And yet, and Tokwa, and yet the attempt, and yet KAA. We don't need that in our politics in our country. But it appears that it has dominated the communication space. When I hear some of our communicators speak, and feeding day. This is not the NPP we built. No. You understand?
General,
these are the three proposals I've made.
Yeah.
One, the setting up of the constituency caucuses of all current and former officers, almost from party. It will enlarge the electoral college and reduce our Number two, it means electoral college the first election has to be for the presidential candidate.
Okay.
The third one, electoral college system. Super delegate system, and also it has to be expunged from the constitution. So there are three proposals I've tabled to the committee. Now, I'm hopeful that I'm a boss for national executive. I don't know a few who to the ever current Ghana for in here change. We are looking for us to show them we are a different party, they are a different entity. They are necessarily which has been captured by the Okwe committee. I do believe and also count. You take the actions that need to be taken now.
Okay.
Changes in to our constitution and bring it the base of the party together. But we show them
But our third point now, the Ekofa super delegate system in our after 20 into 2008 election, enipa 17 ejina ye wo NPP so obi anya flag bearer ni bia obeye enkrofo raise issue na che say oma beye yie obi anya sika obi apese odi president wo man mu na mpedifo say to cure this no ye introduce a system we ya say munya more than 5 candidates the super delegate will reduce it to 5 na che say on record no ebeba say enipa 5 and a contest ye each one of them wanting to be flag bearer. We no system na ntimi anke ono ana.
First and foremost, the party has a vetting committee. And there are certain criteria, and the vetting committee must be made to work. And NIPA 17, at that time, I'm putting the NSC form. Friend can be such almost a 5 years if she be a new. So now your doors will be beside a hard year. There's a way. Yeah, trying to say vetting committee knows a clearing house it shouldn't be the case. So who can say the insurance I can do? Check your system we should check the party. Party no their elders will so bishop is over. Even if you satisfy all the criteria, there are certain things we can look at and say, by your conduct, by maybe a YN and so there has to be a way. So now, the United to say, all these things will be done. Name a Koban say you soon as a tool. You be and none of this are confusion no ever. You understand? Intermediate feels that the system is composed now is good enough. At least there's a vetting system that can whittle down the thing. It doesn't have to be the almost filing the person. So,
okay. Yes.
Because that is why we have a structure there. You have to make the party
vetting committee in your segment. Rashid Ibusa say, Mimbusa, I say, what do you make of the Ekoso as a people clamoring to be flag bearer of the NPP? Is it too early because they say Kurano, unya fi when you are ultimate bo nipa bear 5 bidin ya say by their actions and inactions, you know, I am very obvious to say 2028 or before 2020 they will be contest to be chosen as the flag bearer of the NPP. See, how do you see it?
First and foremost, me a member of the national executive of the party. The national executive has not open nomination. It's a would be party, you know. Let's say all respect the rules and regulations. Now, obey and Yama and fact. So, very clear. leadership, and that is why we need some of these changes. First and foremost, the party boils down to the polling station. Polling station already. Polling station structure, party constitution. Local, all politics is local. It one more polling station. All meetings, they should know themselves. The general secretary, but 20 book. All the 38,000 polling stations plus. Book meetings will be actually doing. By now, polling station be one of those who are regular members who have been attending meetings. So a bank says over to a baby or down and almost about meetings, all registered on that. And Kobana said, maintain and now said, see, but some bass, from polling station to polling station. We don't have any parties, no money, five or no, because we are preparing now, NP. All these systems have not been properly implemented. We know the polling station itself, and yet the demo needs to some trouble. Polling station executives, what you want to say? Move film, move advocacy, move the arrowhead of the campaign. One number to identify Sophia, you probably 80 MP before, the Sunday someone for what you might say, no more advice campaign. That is the work of the polling station executive. As I say, I told watching, and every president was a delegate. They also delegate. The party's constitution does not know anywhere. There's no position called delegate in the NPP constitution. So, but there's no position for delegate in the party. And the real focus that should be on the political work and the advocacy. I don't care. And the trouble, Obama TV, Obama sewing machine, Nippers from 5 spend the whole polling station. Now, she says, BM, I said, wow, we are polling station executive 2,000. What to me to be? 1996, what to me to be? 2004, what to me to be? 2008, what to me to be? 2012, 24. And then you probably play. And I've raised a couple of any break. Because in my evidence, and to be made to be. So, and the other person, you 5 to be. And I didn't know, on the bed. And there has been an emphasis on delegates rather than polling station executives. When you say we are polling station executives, so first and foremost, this is election year to the polling station for not transfer was 8. The polling station, about a 2 year saying, and then you lose it, and compared to 2020, or football, and so which place now, a call from. No, those are the things that the polling station executives should be looking at. So that you can prepare and collaborate in 2015 by 2020, no 18. Well, how are we bringing them into the party? This is the work of the polling station.
Okay.
It's a party for manual. You know, manual, polling station manual. But what is the whole thing? Because it's the true work of the polling station executive to the background. And all they are concentrating on is election.
Okay. Okay. Wefri afia Jessica Paho finally na yeja general was say, do you agree with Omwa Eka say mon grante amnesty to Omwa ma suspend the woman nyina to bring them on board for victory 2028 ya na was say o say
first and foremost party freedom empowerment. So that's my party political party the and the joining party. So, and you see, critical situation said, it need to be able to because as you know, you're now confident of the council. Of course, discipline. A discipline, just fighting one year, just find a discipline party. It's been like I said for the next 4 years now. There are other forms of punitive measures other than suspension. Because in part of Otaba, the bush of Otaba, and long may encourage misbehavior. Now, misbehavior also do not human fear. About for the uncle, police station, be uncle, quite a uniform for the film. I don't know who could be independent candidate because politicians I also support somebody other than the party's candidate. And they had four and to become in as a party, sure, let us say you were free. Independent candidate, one hour decided to work for 50 members. And strategically, and yes, yes, and more. If you want to keep unity in the party, you need any problem between the former MP and the one as intention about. If you want to step quiet, the best souls are pension will be in the now they will focus on running. There's a security thing. You might call it now. It's now fit party. Intermediate be out or a party in India, some party. Meaning, Pepe, Nemo, is a part of the tradition. When see a two abandoned echo band has a your playing. Obey it is a don't answer working about. The Korea say a check and I see shooting with answer. And non a PM perfectly among yet in the answer. Intermediate for so say. Yem Ubia also party. This kind of as to say, Ubia former executive Bia Twaba. Most said, I temperature because me and this organizer, 2,000 organizers are meant to be. And say a koto about polling station, and because more we begin was polling station again. Come on, I'm so, aha, okay, I'm campaign in police station, by the MSA, police station executives. But Elko Bassa, Monk, but we can create a trouble. And not that you need prayer because of the winner. No, you're out of Ghana yet. Come down house. Yeah, it's a compound house. In the MP was we are a police station. We go about the TV. Then there's not the motor. I said, well, we didn't go and now you going. This is very interesting. Before we have
the Anibran Baba.
The end of and the never started as if you go through your politics. No one can even cry, you know. You can fight it and reduce it significantly.
Yes.
My party they say, I'm not on the 2 years. Obama, so clear. So we're dedicating on us from party, and then ABC is a bay. Or it will be able to make the white. So, yes, it will be hard who's got no authority. Said, the source of the money is like Unim. Only in politics, even normal life. It will be also in Unisca, will be any depending a factory, or maybe a source of them collect PhD. We shouldn't do that. Okay. And we as leaders of the country, and you as journalists, Ubiana, the woman can crack a craft, a body person, yes, near my emphasis. Then Kufu teach. Yeah, some cigar organa had to. Meaning nice idea. Or maybe it's more ethnic, some cigar, any materialism. There's some principles, virtues of life, love, dedication. I may call can see the minimum and son of discipline. All I call is triple S. Focus on the politician. One, are you prepared to serve? Service. Assume, I will now feel crowd the mushroom. My muscle party, I have a Dubai. There's many penny for a party in Nigeria. And so, you'll be a missu. By my minister, and a man, and I say, party on number 10. I mean, let's say, my party being a BB, and I'm in Ghana or the money. So, in the same colony, wait, in a fast feeding. No, that's a Biana Meta, and posting me, and I reposting, and then for me, and call near Mamma scholarship. But in the bit, Mamma Nipa, millions of supporters scholarship. But in Nipa Naguma, they won't participate my share. Except for the time I want to buy a bank, Wapa, because the economy was thriving, because near a caution. And the year your basic said near many maybe I will be as a carpenter, so you create, so you driver, so you so the other so party in Guamba Power, may have or man and to come to keep and quantity a BBR. Or man a little bit near to 2 moon best has to buy a man be a few bad examples. Almost politics is the quickest route. Money can save near them.
Yeah.
It is bad. Politics is a call to service sacrifice. The other is a sacrifice to watch it. I won't bar for it. The third one is selflessness. In your person, I did a journalist when you cry, it won't be a comedy.
Yeah.
Like a class or you always need the whole humanity. That is how to build a society. All the great countries, Japan, in a matter of 45 to 50 years, they have built it from ground up. They didn't do so by saying, we'll be able to penny the idea. They did so by contributing to society in building of my name. Kenya person, me see that 20, and when we need
Dabi. Now, immediately, woman was going to Bosch and say, a woman said, who came here 70 but I say, please ask him about President Mohammed's performance, his first 100 days. Obi amu came here, say, yeah, Bosch.
Me, that's a way my cancer Ghana. They have two baby politics. Yeah, and radio for some account. I did see a knock of TV. And we can't wait, we can't in that account. Michelle said, look, politics, oh, yeah. And more, he's 1 year, 1.5 years. For those who year, Enfaka, almost one no go around in Japan, only adding in the net. So, and it is not for me to pass judgment now on them. And I mean, still say, women cry, they have no excuse to fail because we've seen a lot of things. We've complained about a lot of things. People make us see every part of it. But say what they cry their way. And no, I mean, traffic, that social life. Some civilians, some artificial soldiers, and we have traffic. And there, I mean, we are near see a time. Look, I can't comfort to try. I mean, the castle, maybe 8% the president. When you zoom to that. And so it go on and go castle. Quite in things, so in terms of chief of staff couldn't pay any more. No one who is about to pay that one. And you're not getting kitty beer. And fata, the pecs and the arrogance of power, none of you say. And no, I can't only be a fiasco. One more in the West, cry. And the recording in mind, kitty. The same thing, national security. Mutual letters say you could be containers. That's why the ACD containers for a moment. Not one. 700 one way, 700, another one is 100 and something. Only an SAB first near Canada that the NPP can and the effort containers the equity.
Over 1,000.
Negative and agenda, it didn't feel so politics. He didn't say anything. And when in fact, yes, I did see my own. Yes, I did see my the report I bring. Me and the National Council, me who report on the book, the NIMP woman. And so, and this device said that and release a more propaganda wing. And actually, where they are going, where can we, where they say, and who's a second vice secretary, somebody the open news to court. I said, one call and good committee. Me, I met the committee as a former presidential aspirant. Almost a movie, if you know. Some mechanism, and won't be able to be unfair being some mechanism.
There all kind of be leaky.
Definitely. Yes, someone could go propaganda dinner. NDC for a Omunai Subai. Politics, you can win by doing it well and explaining your policies and things without the BSC can somewhere and fatter. At the appropriate time, party no study you will. You hear me? You be saying answer Munaya taking corrective measures Yan someone see it only a bit more do. And I feel the good news. You hear me say, at the end of the day, until I'm in the problems they say this is one of the biggest problems if you say, yeah, electoral college is too restricted and it is liable to abuse and manipulation. The minimum, the some party our executive of the party at the polling station level, at the electoral area level, constituency level, regional level, to increase the, significantly. Memo be also feeling a part of the party. And we are number one. And those are the measures. Super is near year those are the things they are baying here. And they say, concern women say, you can never change and reverse it. But you must be free to guide your steps going forward. And in TSA and publish it. No one. Then we will say be from the party for the country. Then you see it as a salon, yes, a salon. And then here, and go for poor say, one may contribute to be defeated, but not defeated. One may contribute to the home. I can.
Okay.
And I win a country, and I win the country. Those propaganda, it only benefits the NPP. Here, the here, at the end, the woman is betting us, a bit wine. Heading towards 2020. So let's see again. So the effective interventions and the measures that have been taken, those are the ones we are going to concentrate on as a political party.
Okay. General, that's say you're here for what London, ne Accra, Ghana. Yeah, that's it.
The balance is remember
Yate papa. Yeah, that's it. You have Ora Kwabena, a J, a Japan. Ana yenena twetwe nkom